Hello, I'm Alexis and welcome back. And this time I'm going to do another ranking system, but instead of candies I'm going to do books. And it's probably going to be 2 parts to this because I'm going to do all the Sarah Maas books, but there's a lot. So we're going to probably start with her first one, the Throne of Glass series. And then part 2 will probably be her next 2 series because they're a bit shorter, So yeah, that's how we're going to do it because, like I said, otherwise this book is probably going to be like 20 minutes. This movie is probably going to be like 20 minutes long. Bloopers, Sorry about that. I cannot talk right now. So, starting up, it's only right to start up with the first book in the Throne of Glass series. Now, I do like this book. Obviously, I like the whole series. It gets your interest, it piques your interest, but again, I don't believe in starting off with like an easy 10 because I feel like it does what it's supposed to do. It gets you interested, but deep down, the more you read, the more it's going to get better and better and better. So I feel like I'm going to give it a good 6.5. That's not to say anything about it. That's not to say it's not good, but I just feel like it does what it needs to do. It gets you interested. It gets you wanting to read more and more of the series, and as you read more and more of the series, you're going to like more and more of them. So a good 6.5 is a good starting point. I don't want to give, and again, I'm going to try not to give too many spoilers. If you know. So, because if you haven't read the series, I don't want to ruin it for you. So, keep that in mind. I'm going to try. If I do actually give a spoiler, I'm sorry. It happens. I apologize in advance. So we're going to put this right here. A good starting point, Of course, we're going to have to go to the second book, which is Crown of Midnight. I love these titles. Look at that. She just looks so, awesome, Anyway, so this is the second book in the series. Again, I think it's good. I think it does do, it keeps getting better, Is it my second? I'd probably only give it a solid 7 because I still, it's good. It keeps you interested, but I don't know. It's a good solid 7. It's good. But there's still, you just still know when you're reading it, there's just so much more that's going to happen. So it's a good solid 7 in my mind. It's a good solid 7, which is still good. Next book. As you see, the books keep getting thicker too. Look. Compare it. So, you learn more. It's called Heir of Fire, not Heir of Storm. Sorry. I just combined 2 freaking books in one and just made a new book. Oh, yeah. It's a middle book. It's a new, I don't know. Anyways, again, a lot thicker, as you can see. It's probably half the thickness. This is Heir of Fire, and this is good because in this book you really start to see things kind of come to a head a bit more. But you learn a lot. You just keep learning a lot more. You learn more and more about the main character. And more, but there's still some things that you don't quite know yet. And it's good. It's definitely, I think because it's you kind of get a bit of a turning point in here, I'm going to give it it is a bit better. So 7, it's deserving of a solid 8. It deserves an 8. I think an 8 is good right for it. It's right there. It's right. It's right there, but it's not quite top tier level, Deserving of a solid 8. That's good. It's like a B. Is this book, and then the fourth book we're going to go towards is Queen of Shadows. Now, this is really where we see a definite change before the next 3 books. We see the main character. She's just, she's a lot different. She's just a lot more owning more who she is, So for that reason, I definitely think it deserves a solid 8.5. I just, I know deep down that there's just something better coming. So, but it's good. And as you see, like, the books start to get thicker and thicker and thicker. Start to get longer and longer. Start to delve into more, Before, I feel like a lot of them before are kind of like, the first two are kind of surface level sometimes. I feel like you start to delve into more stuff as the books go on. Which is how it's supposed to be, Characters are supposed to evolve a bit more. And, you're supposed to learn more and more about everything. I feel like you do start to kind of do that. This is like the turning point for that. So I'm going to give it a solid 8.5. Just a bit above Air Fire. They're kind of together. Actually, I'm going to change Air Fire and do like 8.2 for it. And then, no, I'll keep 8. 8's a good one for that one. We'll keep it at 8. I don't want to change too much. I'm going to stick with what I say, and that's going to be it. We're going to go, this is the prequel, The Assassin's Blade. This is really good. So this, you can, like I said, you can read this in any order. It's a prequel. It just goes back and it kind of explains and delves into a lot. If you haven't read the prequel, I would do it. It just delves into a lot of the stuff that, you don't need to read it, and you don't need to read it like before any of the other books or in a certain order. You can read it whatever, but it does give you a lot more information towards all the books and towards a lot of the characters that you meet. Maybe and a lot of some of them later on in these books. It just kind of it also gives you a more well-rounded picture of the main character. So for that, I would have to say I'm going to give it a solid 8 because of that reason. It's definitely worth reading. You don't need to read it though. Do with it what you will. Now these are the final 3 books. This is Empire of Storms. I cannot talk right now. And this is really where things kind of start to heat up in the series. This book and the next, you really start to see things kind of. Main character finally really starts to come into her own of who she is, and everything just, it's building up towards the final battle. So for that reason, I have to say that Empire of Storms, I have to give it a 9. It's a solid 9. Then there's also the Tower of Dawn, which is actually my personal favorite. I actually love it. So you actually it goes between the backstory of a different character, one you'll meet, and the first 3, and all stuff, and it kind of gives you more, and it's actually really good. The love story and it brings between a new character, old character if you read the prequel. It's also really good. It's just really good. It's really cool to have a kind of break from like the main character and delve into a different character entirely and get their perspective. So for that, I will have to say, I have to give this. This is honestly my personal favorite in the series. I have to give it a 10. I love this book. I have to give it a 10. So it's going right here. It's gonna be a 10 for me, baby. Then we have the final book, which obviously you can't give the final book really. You can't give it. This is what everything. Kingdom of Ash. Everything comes to a head. We get the ending, final battle, But honestly, surprisingly, I'm not going to give it a 10 because I liked it. Everything came to a head, but I think a 9.5. I think I'm going to give it a 9.5. It's worth the read. It's definitely good. It's the final battle, blah, 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 But is it better than Tower of Dawn for me? No. Tower of Dawn, I love it. It's my baby. So I'm going to give it definitely a 9.5. It's deserving of a 9.5. So there you have it. And that's the first part of me ranking Sarah Maas books with the Throne of Glass series. If you never read it, I would definitely go and read it. It's a really good series. Also, probably the next series that come out will probably be, I'll finish it off with her other 2 series, A Quarter of Thorns and Roses and Crescent City. So, thank you if you like this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me if you've read the books. I would love to know. Comment what your tier list would be. You know, it might be different than mine. You know, we're all different people. I would love to know your tier list, how you would rank each of the books. So thank you for watching this video, and have a great day. Peace.